Environmental Protection Agency, Honorable Emmanuel Ure Yapawo, as he addresses the issue of this canal shelf. So, Director, it's up to you.
This statement is a follow-up to the statement the EPA released last night as it relates to container that came into the country. On the 17th of September, we got a letter from Elson Logistics. Elson is spelled IELSIN. It is spelled Logistics. This is the content of that particular letter that the EPA received on the 17th of September. Dear Dr. Yapawo, we hope this letter finds you well. Elson Transport and Logistics is a Liberian-owned company dedicated to providing innovative logistics solutions. At Elson Transport and Logistics, we pride ourselves on delivering high-quality services tailored to meet the unique needs of our clients. We are writing to request information on the procedure for disposing of palm kernels in environmentally responsible manner for a shipment of 17 times 40 feet container pending arrival on the 18th of September 2025 at the Freeport of Monrovia. As Elson Transport and Logistics, we are keen to ensuring compliance with environmental regulations and best practices. Will you kindly provide us with the following information? 1. Guidelines for handling and storage of palm kernel waste. 2. Approved method for disposal of palm kernel waste. 3. Any relevant regulation or standard rate that we need to adhere to. We appreciate your guidance on this matter and look forward to hearing from you soon. The first letter EPA got for the container on the 17th of September from the company called Elson Logistics asking for procedure. The EPA then writes Elson Transport and Logistics on the 27th. On the 22nd of September. It is what we wrote this company asking. The Environmental Protection Agency of Liberia acknowledges receipt of your communication September 17, 2025, requesting guidance on the disposal of palm kernel waste. The agency commends your effort to seek proper guidance in line with national environmental standards and regulations. Following a preliminary review, kindly be advised as follows. 1. Capacity to handle waste. Elson Transport and Logistics is neither authorized or adequately equipped to directly undertake the disposal of palm kernel waste. In this regard, your company is required to engage the services of an EPA-certified waste management provider to conduct the disposal in accordance with established environmental regulations. 2. EPA assessing and testing. Before disposal, the EPA must conduct an environmental assessment and laboratory testing of the palm kernel waste to determine its characteristics, potential risks, and the most environmentally sound manner of treatment or disposal. This requirement is consistent with environmental protection and management law and is intended to safeguard the environment. 3. The role of the Basel Convention. As party to the Basel Convention on the control of transboundary movement of hazardous waste and their disposal, Liberia is obliged to ensure that all forms of waste management comply with both the national and international standards. In this context, the EPA has a duty to regulate the handling, transportation, and disposal of waste materials, including agro-industrial products such as palm kernel waste, so that they do not result in transboundary environmental harm or contravene Liberia's international commitment. 4. The next steps. A. Upon completion of the assessment, the EPA will advise on the appropriate disposal method and guide satisfied waste provider service providers. So as you said, it's very clear, acknowledge receipt, and the next step. We are not qualified to do this. Hold on until we test and see the content of what you have first, even before we can talk about disposal. And that will have to be done through a third party waste satisfied company. Then the EPA also wrote the management immediately. We wrote the port management. This is dated also on the 23rd. EPA decision. Let me see. Okay, EPA decision on Palm Karnel waste management in the Freeport of Monrovia. Let me read this other letter. The Environmental Protection Agency of Liberia present a commitment in which is to inform you of the agency decision regarding the shipment of 17 times 44 containers of Palm Karnel waste to SM Transport and Logistics, which arrived at the Freeport of Monrovia on September 18. Following a preliminary review in line with the Environmental Protection Management Law, the agency hereby directs the following. 1. The EPA has officially responded to SM Transport and Logistics outlining the required procedure for waste management. In its communication, the EPA further indicated that the attempted disposal process constituted a breach of the Basel Convention free and prior consent protocol to which Liberia is a party. The consignment of Palm Karnel waste shall remain within the facility of the APM terminal, Liberia, while sample has been randomly collected by the EPA for laboratory testing and environmental assessment. Only upon verification and proof through testing that the Palm Karnel waste is safe for disposal within Liberia, should the final removal and environmentally sound disposal process be authorized and finalized in accordance with established regulations. The EPA counts on the full cooperation of the Port Authority and APM Terminal Liberia to ensure compliance with this directive, as the process is intended to safeguard both the environment and public health while upholding Liberia obligation on international environmental standards. We highly appreciate your continued collaboration. So we did inform the port that we got the letter, we have replied to them already, but don't release them until we can do the test. This is very proactive. After that, the test was conducted. In the test, we have said we will release the report on our website because this is an ongoing process. The test was conducted, and the result came that no, it did not have hazardous material. All we detected in the container was Palm Karnel shell that is getting rotten with some maggots, some worm in them. So it means, in the wisdom of the EPA, it can be disposed of in Liberia. So based upon that test result, we wrote the management asking him to release the container. And the reason why we did that, the container are already at the boat, not only that they occupying space, but they are Palm Karnel that are rotting, basically warming them. So keeping them there for a long time, the potential of infestation for other food and other things that in the port is high. Because the point of it disposal in Liberia, we cross that, we say it can be disposed of in Liberia. The question is, should it be at the port continuously? No. In our wisdom, we say no. We then ask the port, they can release it so it can be stored to another area while the final processes for disposal are being worked on. And this is that letter to the managing director of the port, Duke. The Environmental Protection Agency of Liberia present its complaint and refer to an earlier communication regarding the consignment of 17 times 44 containers of Palm Karnel waste consigned to SM Transport and Logistics, which arrived at the Freeport of Monrovia on September 18, 2025. Pursuant to the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia, and in fulfillment of Liberia obligation on the Basel Convention, the EPA conducted a comprehensive environmental assessment and laboratory analysis of the Palm Karnel waste. We are pleased to inform you that the result of the testing have confirmed that the material poses no environmental or public health risks and is therefore considered safe for disposal within Liberia. Accordingly, the EPA hereby authorizes and request the release of the container currently held within the facility of APM terminus to allow the consignment to be removed and disposed of in line with approved waste management procedure. Remember, we have already communicated with the company and said you're not allowed to do this. For you to do this, you need to choose and satisfy there's a procedure. That decision is telling the port they can store it somewhere now until this procedure is followed. Are you with me? Okay, we highly appreciate your continued collaboration. This is the rating document associated with this particular consignment. So the idea was then, as of yesterday, a number of the container escorted by EPA inspectors, as well as our colleagues from the custom enforcement aspect of it, and all the relevant authorities, as would normally be done, they escorted the truck from the port of Monrovia to this place where we are. This is a GSA compound, and this compound is not the compound like the downtown where all the workers are. If you span your camera around, it's like a warehouse, basically, an open warehouse where big stuff like this is stored. So this is now where the workers are actively, offices are ongoing actively, not like that. It's a broad open field. They negotiated with the relevant authorities for the container to be stored here temporarily as they work with the EPA to finalize the final disposal. So this is the information here, at least we got it. And when we came here now, the information has been a little bit modified, and that modification has to do with this logistic company. They have already disposed some of them from here. They already disposed some from the port directly without the EPA involvement. And so that is subject to investigation and administrative action. Because as we read in the letter, it's very clear to them the procedure. You are not satisfied to do this. These are the lists. Choose from. The reason why it's important, when the EPA satisfy a company to do this work, they go through tremendous training. They know exactly what to do. They are formed, they have to fill, their protocol, they have to follow everything. So we can't just say anybody should do it. So that's why we say go and choose one. Then they'll come up with a guideline and it'll be approved. But as we got here now, a fresh information is that they already have disposed of something, which is totally against the procedure we told them. But we're going to suggest that to further investigation, and we'll come up with finding and action to be taken as to what caused them to do that and the punishment thereof in terms of it. The purpose here now is members of the press is for us to go to the container and actually open it. It's kind of a laboratory yourself, so you can see them, you can see the content of the container, right? You can see the content. I'm told, I'm told they are not really full. People who look at it earlier because there is some other regulation as to how much can go into the container, and so you will see that you may see they're not full, but that's the way it should be transported on an international convention. You can't have it more than 50% of the volume of the container because it generates methane gas, and there's a possibility if there's too much heat in there, it might cause problems. So you might see some of that, but the idea is for us to go open the container that are here, for you to take the picture, for you yourself to look at the content of it. Because I know Liberians are quite worried, rightfully so, our country is a dumping ground, and what kind of thing coming to our country and the rest of it. We want to ensure the Liberians that your country is not a dumping ground. And under our watch, Liberia cannot be a dumping ground. But we got a letter from this company that they're having this material they wanted to dispose of it. Our part is, can it be disposed in Liberia scientifically? Yes. There's a set of procedure to do that. And so everything we're doing is to protect the public. So in the name of transparency, we will publish the live result on our website when everything is done or analyzed, and all the reports are done. It will be in the view of the public. And anybody can take it, you can even take sample and go through, because science should be, when you do it fairly, you should say you get the same result, right? So that's the purpose right here. Thank you.
So thank you. Right now we can now move to.
Indeed, you listen to the ED, the Executive Director of EPA. Folks, today Liberia of Television. We've come live to you from the GSA compound here in GSA community. Folks, this is a corner share that was brought into the country that was brought into the country to have it been disposed in Liberia.
Yeah, okay.
We don't know where it came from. But that's
This is, you introduce yourself, and you can tell what we're looking at.
So I'm Jester, and I'm the CEO and founder of Elson Transport Logistics. A premier supply chain logistics group, 100% Liberian owned. So this is the corner shelf, as the MD said, and test was conducted by the lab. So it has richness. So just look at them and take a sample of them, and in the public can
Level to the first truck.
so. Let's get to the container.
Yeah, why is it empty?
So I'm going to have a conversation with my management team. This was not authorized by me to move the truck at the site to have it disposed. So I'm also subject to investigation, Mr. MD. So we are a Liberian business. We have a track record of being very transparent. And we are, like I said, we are open to investigation. So, and Elson is a Liberian business. Like I said, we are still open to my investigation, and later we have a findings and see how we can have this result. But mind you, the management of Elson Transport Logistics is going to have our own in-house investigation with our general manager and our operational team is going to tell us and how this was done. Thank you.
Okay, so quickly, at this point in time, we've listened to the CEO. So if you have questions, we just take 3 questions.
We're not in it yet, though.
Yes, but, okay. We just take 3 questions. Just know that. So those who want to ask questions,
Yes. Let's look at the other
container first.
This one is empty already. They empty the container.
So these are some of them that we just. So once I got the communication that he was moving his cargo, I told him immediately stop.
Folks, today Liberia television, you seen the container that was offloaded without the consent of government, and this is the one that is loaded.
So as you see, the container is not filled because in international best standard, you cannot load the container at a certain level because for the movement of the vessel. So they have no issues. So like I said again, the press can take a sample. You can still have.
I put one bag down.
What?
Put one bed down.
Leave it with walk. Just leave it. Yeah.
Yeah, the EPA will do it.
Yeah. And empty.
Yeah.
So the reason you see these containers is wet is because these containers are wet because of the temperature in the container. So I think it's because of this that the vessel captain requested that these containers be disposed.
So you can come and see the maggots. You see the smaller stuff moving?
Yeah. I think someone put your hand in. Put your hand.
There, you see?
Bring it back small. No. You call it.
Okay, so if you look in the lava stage, it's small. Yeah. You see there?
So let's get to the next. This is another one.
This way, large. Yeah, but that break is.
So this is another.
Yeah, that break is. A group of one to be completely large that has not been opened yet.
So this is another one. Is You can also take a sample. The EPA can also bring a sample of theirs if you guys want. Hold on, wait. Hold on.
Yeah, wait. Listen, this has not been open yet. Yeah. Okay, this is very important because those ones were pre-open. So this is the very first time we're going to open this, and we're opening it for the public to see, and everybody who's seen it. So this, where is the seal? Where is it?
There's the seal. Okay.
Somebody can up there and point
So
to
they
it.
have the seal number. Tell it, please. Tell it. Okay. There's the seal number. So here you see the seal number.
Okay.
So you see over here, that's the container number.
Okay.
You understand?
So the idea is this had not been open yet. It still get a seal. We're going to break the seal now.
No, come on in.
For the first time.
So please. So please move, please.
So the seal will be broken.
So this is this container still sit up and is about to be broken.
So this one, the one is the only one.
First one,
Is still locked up. So as you can see, yeah, and trying to have it
Listen.
authorization. This is open and now this closed. Third one open and now this closed. So this is the concern as to where the toll that say how many GS contain items are out too late. They still in items. So total 16 ones are currently. So as you see, maybe I'll wash it after this process. I'll try to, you know, I'll show them that you probably can see the wall moving in them. But yes, these officials are
That's on your card, bro. That's on your card. Come in.
Chief, 1 minute.
Okay, so keep following us. We are here bringing live coverage of the opening of the Palm Karnel waste containers. They are here at the GSA garage here on the GSA road in Kingsville. One of the containers is being opened for the first time. The rest of them earlier on already open. So this is the one that has not yet been opened. It's been opened. It's been opened for the first time. So let's see what the content is. And the breaking news, like I said, is that two of the containers were offloaded without the consent of the approval of the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. And according to the EPA laws, this company is subjected to investigation based on that because they shouldn't have, offered continuous the authorization of the EPA. So that is the breaking news here. And I know there are concerns why some of the containers were pre-opened before the appearance of the media, and while some weren't open, well, that is left with the public to manage.
You have the man, I don't know what is all left the top of the office.
So efforts have been made to open full container. This seal not open. It is about to open for the first time, according to them, since it was closed. But from what we observed from the conversation we listened to, the head of the EPA, the Essence Logistics was authorized to bring out the continuum, not to dispose of it. But without the authorization of the Environmental Protection Agency, they went on and opened one of the continuums. That was what we had first. Dispose of continuum of the canal shell was there. So, as you listen to the executive director of the Environmental Protection Agency, that calls for investigation. Why should dispose of it? The EPA instructed them not to do so. Before we journalists
So this is
sample. This taken for testing.
okay, make it.
Okay, thank you.
This is
Yeah, team bring one bag.
opening for the first time.
Be very close, and then open it down.
Excuse me.
Our friends will have the one of the bags randomly.
Please leave it, Tony.
Yeah, randomly.